tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Cousins on first down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 55 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And, Charles, for this defense, yeah, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way, because we know that could be a dangerous tactic, because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. And he'll power his way up near the 25. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Making the tackle there, the former Giant, Dalvin Tomlinson.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Roethlisberger. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run with Harris. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Harris. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with the W.
They'll run on 1st down. Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. It's Patterson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They go play action. Cousins. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. D.D. Westbrook. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Crosby with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Ray McLeod to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer,
oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big pickup of 38. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd.
Snow is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a give right side. Patterson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Cousins. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. They'll try the left side. It's Patterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away.
Back deep, Ray McLeod.
Taking it about the 36. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 33.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. So much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 3rd down, it's Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That is Tomlinson, who is down. Boy, not what they want to see.
We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ebron caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
81 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Roethlisberger's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. His throw incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Throwing, Cousins.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Here's Johnson with a reception. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Play fake. Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins, a throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Oh, yeah! And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Boswell good with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
all right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now here's Snell, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Patterson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They run the counter. Snell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you that they feel very confident in their run.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Benny Snell, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Tyson Alualu in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. McLeod to return it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. Going up top. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st down, Snell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think for baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that